Welcome back. In the previous lesson, we saw how attachment turns into craving, how the mind begins to anticipate the return of a certain feeling. Now we move further, because once craving is present, something more important changes. Attention is no longer directed by choice. It begins to move on its own. And here is the question guiding this lesson. Why does attention stop feeling voluntary even when you try to redirect it? At first, attention feels intentional. You choose when to check, when to respond, when to think about someone. But as craving builds, that control weakens. You check without deciding. You think without intending. The movement happens before you notice it. This shift does not feel like loss of control. It feels like interest, like engagement, like something meaningful. You might think, I just care, or I'm just involved. And that interpretation feels correct. But look carefully. The frequency and direction of attention are no longer fully chosen. Now look at what keeps attention returning. Expectation. The possibility of another emotional spike. The memory of the previous one. Even when nothing is happening, the anticipation remains. And that anticipation pulls attention back again. When you try to focus elsewhere, something interrupts. A thought returns. A check feels necessary. A moment of waiting appears. The effort to redirect attention increases, and the more you try to move away, the more noticeable the pull becomes. Compare two people. Both are in the same interaction. One continues normally. The other keeps returning mentally to it. The difference is not the situation. It is control over attention. One directs it, the other is pulled by it. You see this across contexts. In relationships, one person checks messages repeatedly. At work, attention drifts back to a single interaction. In social settings, thoughts return to specific moments. In each case, attention is no longer neutral. It is being drawn. So return to the question, why does attention stop feeling voluntary? Over the next few days, notice where your attention goes without being directed. What returns without effort? What interrupts focus? Observe it without trying to change it, because when attention is no longer controlled, something deeper is forming. In the next lesson, we move into something even more revealing, how this loss of control turns into emotional dependence.